as the day begins its gentle descent, painting the western sky in hues of lavender and apricot. There's a subtle shift in the very fabric of the air around us. It's a softening, a quiet invitation for the world to slow its relentless spin. The harsh edges of the afternoon begin to blur, much like the distant outlines of mountains dissolving into the deepening twilight. Feel this softening, this quiet surrender to the encroaching calm. It begins not with a sudden switch, but with a gradual fading, a sigh that echoes from the very heart of the planet itself. As it turns away from the bright gaze of the sun, imagine, for a moment, that your own awareness is like a tiny boat upon a vast, calm lake. Throughout the day, this boat has been bustling with activity, navigating the currents of tasks and thoughts, its sails taut with purpose. But now, as dusk gathers, the winds begin to falter, and the ripples on the water's surface grow still. The oars, once gripped with resolve, loosen their hold. There's no need for effort anymore, only the gentle drift. This is the first tender whisper of sleep, a quiet suggestion that it's time to let go of the day's journey and simply allow yourself to be carried. Notice the sounds that accompany this transition, how they too begin to recede. The sharp clatter of activity softens into a hum, then into a murmur, until even the most persistent echoes of the waking world seem to dim their vibrant calls. Perhaps it's the far-off lullaby of crickets beginning their nightly chorus, a sound so ancient and rhythmic it feels woven into the very silence itself, or the soft rustle of leaves outside your window, like a secret being shared between the trees and the gathering darkness. These are not interruptions. They are the woven threads of night, drawing closer, creating a cozy cocoon of sound that encourages release. Each subtle auditory cue is a tiny anchor, holding your attention just enough to allow everything else to gently float away. Your body, too, is listening to this unspoken symphony of evening. Feel the gentle release in your muscles, a subtle unwinding that begins in your fingertips and toes, creeping inwards like a warm tide. The tension that may have gathered around your shoulders, a familiar companion throughout the day, begins to loosen its grip, melting away like frost beneath the morning sun. Your breath, which might have been shallow and quick, now deepens, finding a slower, more deliberate rhythm. Inhale and feel the coolness of the air as it fills your lungs. Exhale and sense the warmth as it leaves, carrying with it any lingering echoes of strain. This is your body's profound wisdom, its ancient knowledge of how to prepare for rest, guided by instincts as old as time itself. Allow your thoughts, those restless wanderers of the mind, to follow suit. Throughout the day, they may have chased after each other with urgency, like playful puppies tumbling over a field. But now, as the light softens, they too can begin to lie down. Don't try to corral them or silence them with force. Simply observe them as they drift by, like clouds across a vast, endless sky. Each thought, whether it's a worry about tomorrow or a memory from yesterday, can be acknowledged with a gentle nod, then permitted to float on, dissolving into the gathering stillness. There's no need to hold on to them, no need to engage in their intricate dances. They are merely visitors, passing through the grand hall of your awareness. And soon, they will find their own quiet corners to rest. Consider the gentle pull of gravity, how it seems to draw you deeper into the softness of your bed, a silent, comforting hand pressing you down. This isn't a weight, but an embrace, a natural force that invites surrender. Imagine yourself sinking slowly, effortlessly, as if you were a pebble dropping into a perfectly still pond, creating only the faintest, most beautiful ripples that quickly vanish. Each ripple carries away a fragment of wakefulness, until all that remains is the profound stillness at the center. This downward pull is a loving reassurance, a promise that the earth itself is holding you, cradling you in its ancient, steady rhythm. The room around you, once illuminated by the sharp details of day, now recedes into the realm of shadow and suggestion. Familiar objects lose their defined edges, becoming soft, indistinct forms. This is the world transforming, shedding its material emphasis, inviting your inner world to awaken. There's a subtle magic in this fading clarity, a sense that the visible is giving way to the felt, the known to the imagined. Your eyes, if they are still open, might find it challenging to focus. And that's precisely as it should be. The world outside is gently closing its eyes, and so too are you invited to close yours, to turn your gaze inward towards the boundless landscape of your own mind. Think of your mind as a garden, vast and sprawling. Throughout the day, it's been a hive of activity, with new seeds being sown and busy hands tending to countless details. But now, as the sun dips below the horizon, the garden tools are laid aside. The gates are gently closing. There's a quiet hum of gratitude for the day's work, but also a profound sense of anticipation for the restorative coolness of the night. The flowers close their petals, the leaves draw inward, and the very soil settles, preparing to absorb the gentle dew and the profound quiet of the hours ahead. This is your mental garden, finding its own serene rhythm, ready for the deep nourishment that only sleep can provide. This transition from wakefulness to the edge of slumber is a sacred dance, performed every single night, yet often unnoticed in its subtle beauty. It's a testament to the profound wisdom embedded within us, a wisdom that guides us back to the wellspring of rest. There's no rush, no urgency, only an unfolding, like a delicate fern slowly unfurling its fronds in the damp morning light. So too does your consciousness gently unfurl itself from the grasp of the day, releasing its grip, one fragile filament at a time. Each breath deepens, each muscle softens, each thought becomes a little more distant, until the threshold between waking and dreaming becomes exquisitely thin, almost transparent. Allow yourself to feel this quiet anticipation, not of something grand or dramatic, but of something profoundly peaceful. It's the feeling of a ship leaving the busy harbor, its engines slowing, its bow turning towards the open, moonlit sea. The last few lights on the shore twinkle, then fade, leaving only the vast, enveloping expanse of the ocean. There's no destination to rush towards, only the gentle rocking of the waves, the soft embrace of the night. This journey is not about reaching an end point, but about the beautiful, unhurried process of drifting, allowing the currents of sleep to carry you wherever they may lead, with no charts, no compass, only the deep, unspoken trust in the journey itself. The stillness that now settles upon you is not an empty void, but a rich, fertile silence, pregnant with possibility. It is the canvas upon which the tapestry of your dreams will soon begin to weave itself, thread by silken thread. But for now, simply rest in this quietude, this gentle antechamber of slumber. Feel the warmth of your own presence, the steady beat of your heart, a comforting rhythm that assures you of your safety. You're belonging in this soft, unfolding moment. There is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to do, but to simply exist in this gentle, receding light, allowing every fiber of your being to be cradled by the profound peace of the approaching night. The day is done. The world is quiet. And you, dear one, are perfectly safe. Drifting. Words, which often serve to define and delineate, now begin to lose their sharp edges, softening into mere whispers, then into a gentle hum. They become less about meaning and more about rhythm, a steady pulse that guides you deeper into the quietude, like ancient river stones, worn smooth by the ceaseless flow of water. These words become less about information and more about comfort, their very sound a soothing balm for the restless mind. The precise definitions that govern our waking hours begin to dissolve, replaced by a more fluid understanding, one that communicates not through logic, but through feeling. It's the language of the soul, whispered on the breath of the approaching night. This is the doorway to the dream world, not a sudden portal, but a gradual, inviting archway You are not forced through it, but gently drawn, as a leaf is drawn by the quiet current of a slow-moving stream. There is no effort required, no pushing or pulling, only a graceful yielding to the inevitable pull of rest. The edges of your awareness blur, the boundary between your inner landscape and the external world becoming almost indistinguishable. This is where the magic begins, in this exquisite space between, where the echoes of the day begin to intertwine with the first faint stirrings of the night's intricate ballet. So, let your consciousness be like a single feather, released from the highest branch of a tree, spiraling slowly, gracefully downward, caught by the soft currents of the evening air. It dances without resistance, surrendering entirely to the gentle sway of the unseen forces that guide its descent. There's no desire to control its path, only the profound peace of being carried. And as this feather finally settles upon the soft, dark earth, so too does your mind find its quiet resting place, nestled securely in the embrace of the deep, unending calm. The day is done, and the long, slow, beautiful journey into the land of dreams has now truly begun. As the gentle invitation of the evening deepens, we move from the soft edges of conscious thought into the more profound currents of sleep's ancient river. This is not a sudden plunge, but a slow, graceful submersion, like a tiny boat drifting away from the shore, its hull slipping effortlessly into the cool, dark embrace of the water. Your body, with its innate wisdom, begins to orchestrate a silent symphony of restoration, a performance that has unfolded countless times across eons, guided by rhythms as old as the first flickering stars. Imagine your brain not as a buzzing metropolis, but as a vast, enchanted forest, alive with subtle, interconnected pathways. During the day, it's a bustling place, with sunlight filtering through the leaves, illuminating every detail. But as sleep approaches, the forest floor grows quiet, and the light softens into a deep, velvety indigo. The rapid chatter of the waking mind, like the swift currents of a mountain stream, begins to slow, transforming into wider, deeper eddies. This is the first stage of light sleep, a fragile threshold where you are still aware of the world, yet gently releasing its grip. In this initial phase, known to scientists as N1, your brain waves, once quick and sharp, begin to lengthen and become more irregular. Think of them as tiny, restless waves on a vast ocean, gradually calming into longer, more undulating swells. Your muscles relax, the tautness of the day easing away, as if a sculptor has released their hand from a piece of clay, allowing it to soften and settle. Sometimes, during this fragile transition, you might experience a sudden, gentle twitch, a feeling of falling, like a single leaf detaching itself from a branch and spiraling softly to the ground. These hypnic jerks are merely the last echoes of the waking world, a fleeting tremor before the profound calm truly takes hold. They are nothing to grasp or fear, simply a fleeting moment of release. As you drift further, you enter the second stage of sleep, N2, a deeper, more stable plateau of rest. Here, your heart rate slows even further, and your body temperature begins its gentle descent, like the cool evening air settling over a meadow. Your brain activity shows unique patterns, known as sleep spindles and K complexes. Imagine sleep spindles as tiny, intricate bursts of electrical activity, like delicate, luminous fireflies dancing in the night sky of your mind. They are believed to play a role in calming the brain's response to external stimuli, helping to keep you truly asleep. K complexes, on the other hand, are larger, more singular waves, like the slow, steady beat of a silent drum, thought to protect your sleep from sudden awakenings. Together, these subtle electrical patterns weave a protective net, ensuring your journey into deeper slumber remains undisturbed. This N2 stage is like finding a sheltered cove after a long journey on open waters. The boat is moored, the sails are furled, and the quiet lapping of the waves against the hull becomes the only sound. Here, The unconscious mind begins its gentle work of cataloging the day's experiences, a quiet librarian placing books back onto their shelves, not rushing, but moving with a calm, unhurried grace. There's no pressure, no urgency, only the deep satisfaction of order being subtly restored. This is where your mind truly begins to withdraw from the world, turning its focus inward, preparing for the profound depths yet to come. Then, you embark upon the most restorative part of the journey. Slow wave sleep SWS, often referred to as deep sleep. This is where the profound healing and rejuvenation truly unfold. In this stage, your brain generates long, slow delta waves, like the vast rhythmic breathing of an ancient, slumbering giant. These waves are deep and powerful, moving through your brain with a stately, majestic pace. They are the signature of true rest, a profound slowing down that allows for immense repair. Consider this deep sleep as a gentle and yet powerful rain falling softly upon the earth after a long, dry spell. Each droplet sinks deep into the soil, nourishing the roots of every plant, revitalizing the very ground beneath. Similarly, during SWS, your body releases growth hormone, a vital elixir that helps to repair and regenerate your cells and tissues. Your muscles are in their deepest state of relaxation, unwinding completely, releasing all the accumulated tensions of the day. It's as if a grand, intricate clockwork mechanism has finally paused, allowing its gears to be silently oiled and its springs to be gently rewound. This is also the time when your brain is diligently clearing out the metabolic byproducts that accumulate during wakefulness. Imagine it as a silent, diligent cleaning crew, moving through the intricate corridors of a grand mansion, sweeping away the dust and polishing every surface, ensuring that everything is pristine and ready for the next day. This cellular house cleaning is crucial for maintaining the clarity and sharpness of your mind. A quiet yet essential process that allows you to wake feeling refreshed and clear. The feeling of being in deep sleep is one of profound stillness, a sense of being utterly suspended in time and space. There's no awareness of dreams, no recognition of self in the way we understand it during waking hours. Instead, there's only a pervasive, benevolent void, a beautiful blankness where the very act of existing is enough. It is a state of perfect non-doing, a surrender so complete that even the concept of surrender fades away. Your consciousness is like a deep sea diver, descending to the very bottom of the ocean, where the light no longer penetrates, and the pressure is immense yet comforting, holding you in a timeless embrace. This is the bedrock of your restorative cycle, the foundation upon which all other aspects of sleep are built. Without this profound descent into SWS, the waking day would feel like a series of uphill struggles, each task a heavier burden. But with its gentle, persistent embrace, your body and mind are subtly renewed, like an ancient spring that, after a long journey underground, finally emerges clear and sparkling, ready to nourish the landscape once more. The beauty of this ancient rhythm lies in its automaticity, its effortless unfolding. You do not need to command it, nor can you force it. It is a dance choreographed by nature itself, a profound wisdom etched into your very being. All that is required is a gentle surrender, a willingness to release control and allow the body's innate intelligence to guide you. Just as a flower turns its face towards the sun, you are naturally drawn towards this restorative darkness, a place where profound healing occurs in the quietude of the night. So, as you continue to drift, imagine these waves of sleep, deep and slow, washing over you, carrying away all remnants of the day. Feel the profound sense of stability and certainty that comes from knowing this process is unfolding within you, a timeless ritual of renewal. Each breath continues to deepen, each muscle relaxes further, and your mind settles into a state of exquisite tranquility, cradled by the gentle, ancient rhythms of true rest. You are safe, you are held, and the profound work of restoration is now truly underway. From the deep, restorative valleys of slow-wave sleep, your journey now gently shifts. like a quiet river widening into a vast, shimmering lake. This is the approach to the most mysterious and often the most vivid part of your nightly voyage. Rapid eye movement, REM sleep. It is during this wondrous stage that the tapestry of your dreams begins to weave itself, intricate and often fantastical, from the threads of your subconscious. Imagine the transition into REM as a delicate, almost imperceptible opening of a hidden gate. Before, in the quietude of deep sleep, your mind was a still, dark pool, absorbing the healing coolness of the night. But now a soft, internal light begins to glow, and the surface of the pool shimmers with nascent images and fragmented whispers. It's a return to a more active state, yet profoundly different from wakefulness. While your body remains largely still, held in a state of beautiful paralysis, your mind ignites, blossoming into a vibrant, unbound landscape. The most striking feature of this stage, and indeed its namesake, is the rapid eye movements that occur beneath your closed eyelids. Picture them like tiny, agile birds fluttering behind a frosted pane of glass, darting and dancing with an unseen energy. These movements are thought to mirror the visual experiences within your dreams, as if your inner eyes are actively observing the unfolding spectacle. They are a silent testament to the vivid, cinematic world that is now being conjured within the confines of your mind. In REM sleep, your brain activity, which had slowed to a languid, deep rhythm, now quickens, mimicking the patterns of an awake and alert mind. Yet, there's a crucial difference: the usual filters and constraints of logic and reality are gently lifted. It's as if the imaginative part of your brain, usually kept in check by the demands of the day, is now given free rein, a joyful permission to explore and combine ideas in ways that would be impossible during waking hours. Think of it as a painter's palette, suddenly alive with vibrant, unmixed colors, free to blend and swirl in unexpected harmony. Your muscles, in a remarkable act of self-preservation, enter a state of atonia, a temporary paralysis that prevents you from acting out your dreams. This is a benevolent safeguard, a silent agreement between your dreaming mind and your resting body. Imagine your body as a loyal companion, gently holding you still while your spirit soars through boundless skies. This stillness is not a limitation, but a liberation, allowing your inner self to embark on grand adventures without any earthly constraints. Without this gentle hold, your dream journey might become chaotic, disturbing the very peace it seeks to provide. The gateway to dreams is often entered several times throughout the night, with each REM cycle growing longer as the night progresses. These are not isolated events, but continuous chapters in your nightly story, each one flowing into the next, building upon the quiet work of the previous sleep stages. You might find yourself drifting into a dream, then waking briefly before sinking back into another. Each transition is seamless as a cloud moving across the moon. Within this dream space, the rules of the waking world are suspended, or perhaps simply reinterpreted. Time can bend and warp, like a softly woven fabric stretched and compressed. Places can transform from one familiar scene to another, as if the landscape itself is fluid and alive. And beings, both known and unknown, can emerge from the depths of your imagination, playing their roles in the unfolding narrative. There's no need to question the logic here, for the logic of dreams operates on a different, more intuitive plane, speaking in symbols and feelings rather than facts and figures. This state of profound mental activity within a physically still body is truly one of nature's most exquisite paradoxes. It is a testament to the boundless capacity of the human mind, its ability to create entire universes within the quiet darkness of sleep. It is a realm where the impossible becomes effortlessly possible, where the mundane transforms into the magical, and where the deepest echoes of your being can rise to the surface, shimmering in the gentle light of internal awareness. Consider the dream state as a profound inner theater, where you are both the playwright, the director, and the audience. The stage is set with memories, hopes, fears, and desires, And the characters are all aspects of your own intricate self, playing out scenarios that might be too complex or too subtle to fully grasp in your waking life. There's no pressure to understand every scene, no need to dissect every symbol. Simply allow yourself to be carried along by the narrative, trusting that your inner storyteller knows precisely what needs to be revealed in its own beautiful, mysterious way. The sounds and sensations of the external world, which earlier in the night might have gently faded, now seem to be almost entirely excluded, leaving your inner world undisturbed. This is the brain's profound commitment to protecting your dream space, creating a sanctuary where introspection and creation can flourish without interruption. It's like being in a soundproof room, where the gentle hum of your own thoughts and images is the only melody, allowing you to immerse yourself fully in the rich tapestry of your internal landscape. As you linger at this gateway, hovering between the deep rest and the unfolding dream, feel the profound peace that comes from this surrender. There is no urgency to enter, no destination to reach. Simply allow yourself to be poised on the precipice, feeling the gentle pull of the unseen currents that will soon guide you deeper into the boundless ocean of your dreams. This is a space of pure potential, a canvas awaiting its vibrant colors, a silent stage ready for its nightly performance. So, let your consciousness be like a tiny, luminous boat, bobbing gently at the edge of this vast, shimmering lake. The light from within begins to grow, casting long, soft shadows across the water. Soon, without effort or intention, you will find yourself slipping silently into its depths, carried by the quiet currents, into the heart of your own magnificent, dreaming mind. The gateway is open, and the journey into the exquisite realm of dreams awaits, beckoning you softly forward. Having drifted through the shimmering gateway of REM sleep, you now find yourself in a space of boundless creation, a place where your own mind takes on the role of an ingenious architect, building entire worlds from the whispers of memory and the echoes of emotion. This is where the profound mystery of how the brain constructs dreams unfolds, not with the precise blueprints of waking life, but with the fluid artistry of a master weaver, drawing threads from countless sources to form a unique, intricate tapestry each night. Imagine your brain not as a rigid computer processing data, but as a vast, ancient forest, brimming with countless tiny creatures, your thoughts, memories, and sensations. During the day, these creatures scurry along well-worn paths, following logical routes. But in the dream state, the paths dissolve, and they are free to dance and interact in unexpected ways, forming new connections, new landscapes. This is the essence of dream construction, a liberation of neural pathways, allowing for a creative recombination of all that you have encountered. One of the primary building blocks of the dream world is your memories, not just the sharp, photographic kind, but also the subtle, forgotten details, the fleeting glimpses, the overheard snippets of conversation, and the textures of emotions you felt. Your dreaming mind sifts through this immense reservoir, pulling out fragments like a child selecting colorful pebbles from a riverbed. These fragments are then reassembled, not in a linear fashion, but in a symbolic language, a visual poetry that speaks directly to your inner self. Perhaps a feeling of frustration from a waking task might transform into a dream of navigating a winding, overgrown path, or a pleasant conversation could become a dream of birdsong in a sun-dappled garden. Consider your memory as a vast, beautifully cluttered attic, filled with every object and experience you've ever collected. During the day, you might consciously search for a specific item, but at night, in the dream state, the attic lights up with a soft, ethereal glow, and the objects begin to rearrange themselves, forming new constellations, telling new stories. A forgotten toy might sit next to a recent souvenir, creating an unexpected narrative that holds a deeper, symbolic meaning for your inner world. This spontaneous reorganization is a hallmark of dream architecture, a fluid dance of recollection and reinvention. Emotions are another foundational element. The feelings you experience during the day, joy, sadness, curiosity, contentment, do not simply vanish when you sleep. Instead, they become the emotional hues and tones of your dreams. A persistent anxiety might manifest as a feeling of being unprepared or lost in a dreamscape. A deep sense of peace could translate into a serene vista of rolling hills or a gentle, murmuring stream. The dream world provides a safe, unpressured space for your mind to process these emotional landscapes, to feel them without the immediate need for action or resolution, like a gentle wave washing over the shore, smoothing out the sands. Think of your emotions as a spectrum of colors. During the day, you might use only a few primary shades to paint your conscious experiences. But in your dreams, the entire palette is available, from the most vibrant neons to the deepest, most subtle pastels. And these colors blend effortlessly, creating gradients and contrasts that allow for a richer, more nuanced expression of your inner emotional life. It's a therapeutic art form, painted in the silent studio of your sleeping mind. Even the most mundane sensory inputs from your waking hours can become woven into the fabric of your dreams. The pressure of a blanket, the distant sound of rain, the subtle aroma of a night-blooming flower. These can all be incorporated, sometimes directly, sometimes transformed into something symbolic. The sound of a leaky faucet might become the gentle drip of a cave, or the feeling of cold feet might translate into a dream of walking barefoot on snow. Your dreaming brain is constantly processing, taking in these subtle cues and integrating them into the unfolding narrative, proving that even in profound rest, your senses are quietly attuned to the world around you. The brilliance of the dream architect lies in its ability to take these disparate elements, memories, emotions, sensations, and fuse them into a cohesive, if often surreal, narrative. It's not about rigid logic, but about associative links. A word might trigger an image might evoke a feeling, and that feeling might then conjure a memory from long ago, all seamlessly blending into a fluid stream of consciousness. This is why dreams can feel so strangely compelling, even when their storylines defy waking logic. They speak a language of connection, not causality. Consider this process like the delicate, intricate work of a spider spinning its web. Each strand is a thread of memory or emotion, launched with precision, connecting to another, then another, until a magnificent, shimmering structure emerges. The web isn't built with straight lines and predictable angles, but with graceful curves and unexpected intersections. Reflecting the organic, interconnected nature of your inner world. And just like a spider's web, a dream is both fragile and incredibly strong, capable of holding the dewdrops of morning light, and even catching the essence of things usually too swift to grasp. There's also a profound creative impulse at work. Your dreaming mind is not merely replaying old tapes, it is actively generating new possibilities, new images, new dialogues. It's an uninhibited play space where your imagination can soar without the constraints of self-criticism or external judgment. This is why artists and scientists often report breakthroughs or insights occurring in their dreams. The dream state provides a unique environment for novel connections to be formed, for previously disparate ideas to find a surprising harmony. This internal architect works in silence, without effort or intention. You do not consciously decide what to dream. The process unfolds organically, driven by the deep, unspoken needs of your psyche. It is a testament to the immense, untapped potential of your own inner being. A reminder that even when you are at your most still, your mind is a vibrant, dynamic universe, constantly creating and exploring. As you drift further into this wondrous process, allow yourself to marvel at the sheer artistry of your own sleeping mind. Feel the effortless flow of images and sensations, the rich tapestry being woven just for you. There is no need to direct or influence. Simply allow yourself to be a gentle observer, held securely within the magnificent creation that is your own dream world. You are safe in this beautiful, ever-changing landscape, cradled by the profound wisdom of your own dreaming brain. As your journey through the exquisite architecture of the dream world continues, gently flowing from the vibrant creation of images into the quiet, diligent work of processing. We now arrive at a profound truth. Your dreams are not merely fleeting illusions, but an essential part of how your mind tends to its vast archives of memory. This is where your sleeping brain acts as a meticulous archivist, subtly organizing and strengthening the myriad experiences of your waking hours. Like a silent librarian carefully placing each treasured volume onto its proper shelf. Imagine your memory not as a simple filing cabinet, but as a grand, sprawling library filled with countless books, scrolls, and whispered stories. Throughout the day, new volumes arrive, some neatly bound, others with pages scattered and disordered. During wakefulness, you might only have time to glance at a few titles, but in the quietude of sleep, your mind embarks on a deeper, more systematic process. This is the realm where memory consolidation takes place, a vital nocturnal activity where your brain actively strengthens and stabilizes recently acquired information. One of the key functions of dreams, particularly those occurring during REM sleep, is to facilitate this consolidation. Think of it as your brain replaying selected scenes from the day, not in a literal sense, but in a symbolic, often fragmented way. These replays are not for conscious viewing, but for internal processing, a subtle rehearsal that solidifies the neural connections associated with those memories. It's like a musician silently practicing a difficult passage, not to perform it for an audience, but to etch the notes more deeply into their muscle memory. Consider a complicated skill you might be learning during the day, perhaps playing a new piece of music or mastering a new language. Your waking mind grapples with the intricate details, making conscious efforts to understand and perform. But when you drift into sleep, especially during REM, your brain continues to work on these challenges behind the scenes. It's as if a gentle, invisible hand is smoothing out the rough edges, reinforcing the pathways, and subtly integrating the new knowledge with what you already possess. This silent practice allows you to wake up feeling a little more proficient, a little more confident in your newly acquired abilities. Dreams also play a crucial role in distinguishing between what is important and what can be gently discarded. Your brain, like a discerning editor, doesn't need to retain every single detail of your day. Instead, it seems to weigh and evaluate, deciding which experiences to highlight and which to let fade into the background. This process helps to prevent your memory attic from becoming cluttered with unnecessary information, ensuring that the most significant lessons and insights are preserved. It's a subtle yet powerful act of discernment, performed in the tranquil depths of your unconscious. This is not a violent deletion, but a soft fading like old photographs left too long in the sun. The less relevant details simply soften, their colors becoming more muted, allowing the more vibrant and meaningful memories to stand out in clearer focus. This selective pruning is a testament to the efficiency of your dreaming mind, ensuring that your cognitive resources are optimized for what truly matters, beyond explicit memories of facts and events. Dreams are also deeply involved in consolidating emotional memories. Emotions are often interwoven with our experiences, giving them depth and meaning. During dreams, your brain can reprocess these emotional tags, helping you to come to terms with challenging feelings, or to integrate joyful ones more deeply. It's like gently refolding a treasured letter, allowing its sentiments to settle more comfortably within your heart. This quiet emotional processing is a profound act of self-care, performed by your mind each night. Imagine a complex emotional experience from your day, perhaps a moment of great joy or a lingering worry. In your dream, this emotion might not appear explicitly, but rather be symbolized by a landscape, a character, or a particular sensation. Through this symbolic representation, your brain can work through the emotional resonance of the experience in a safe, non-threatening environment, subtly diminishing its intensity or deepening its positive impact. This unburdening allows you to wake with a lighter spirit, having processed the emotional echoes of the day. The precise mechanisms by which dreams consolidate memory are still a beautiful mystery, a gentle frontier that scientists are only just beginning to explore. But the evidence suggests a profound connection between the vivid, sometimes surreal narratives of our dreams and the silent, essential work of learning and remembering. It's as if the dream state provides a unique kind of darkroom for the development of mental photographs, allowing the images of your experiences to fully emerge and fix themselves in the album of your mind. As you continue to drift, feel the subtle shifts occurring within your own consciousness, the quiet hum of your brain diligently at work. There's no effort on your part, only the effortless surrender to this natural, profound process. Your memories are being tenderly cared for, organized, and strengthened, ensuring that the wisdom of your experiences is gently woven into the very fabric of your being. Rest deeply in this knowledge, cradled by the intricate, intelligent dance of your own sleeping mind, knowing that even in slumber, you are continually learning, growing, and becoming. Having journeyed through the quiet consolidation of memories within your dreaming mind, we now gently float into another remarkable aspect of this nocturnal landscape: the idea that dreams can serve as a unique, unbound playground for problem-solving and creative exploration. Here, your sleeping brain, freed from the rigid structures of conscious thought, can experiment with ideas, test possibilities, and even stumble upon surprising insights, much like a meandering stream finding new paths through a familiar landscape. Imagine your waking mind as a diligently working artisan, crafting a piece with careful precision, following established techniques. But in your dreams, that same artisan becomes a playful inventor, experimenting with new materials, unusual tools, and unconventional designs. There's no pressure to produce a finished product, no fear of failure, only the joyous freedom of creative exploration. This uninhibited environment is precisely what makes the dream state fertile ground for unlocking solutions that might elude you in your waking hours. One profound way this unfolds is through the brain's ability to make novel connections. During the day, your thoughts tend to follow well-worn neural pathways, connecting ideas in logical, sequential chains. But in the dream state, these pathways soften, and your brain is free to link seemingly disparate concepts, to forge unexpected relationships between memories, emotions, and information. It's like shuffling a deck of cards and laying them out in entirely new sequences, revealing patterns you might never have noticed before. This spontaneous cross-pollination of ideas can lead to sudden aha moments, not necessarily in the dream itself, but upon awakening. Consider a puzzle you've been grappling with, a complex challenge at work, or even a personal dilemma. You might have consciously exhausted all logical approaches, feeling stuck. But as you drift into the dream world, your mind continues to work on this problem in the background, not with conscious effort, but with an intuitive, symbolic approach. The challenge might manifest as a dream of navigating a labyrinth, or assembling a scattered object, or even a conversation with a wise, metaphorical figure. These dream scenarios provide a safe, detached space to play with the problem, allowing your subconscious to test out various solutions without the constraints of real-world consequences. Think of it like a scientist conducting experiments in a zero-gravity chamber. All the usual limitations of friction and weight are suspended, allowing for entirely new ways of observing and manipulating variables. Similarly, in the dream state, the weight of judgment, the friction of logic, and the gravity of reality are lessened, allowing your mind to manipulate ideas with a fluidity not possible when awake. This can lead to surprisingly elegant and innovative solutions, sometimes appearing fully formed upon waking, as if whispered by an unseen muse. This gentle, nocturnal problem-solving is not about brute force or frantic searching. Instead, it's a process of unconscious incubation. You plant the seed of a problem in your mind during the day, and then, as you surrender to sleep, your dreaming brain gently tends to it, providing the subtle nourishment and ideal conditions for a solution to quietly sprout. It's a testament to the idea that sometimes the best way to solve a complex issue is to step away from it, to allow the deeper wisdom of your unconscious to take over. The vivid, often metaphorical nature of dreams can also help in reframing problems. A situation that feels overwhelming in waking life might be represented in a dream as a playful challenge, or a daunting obstacle might appear as a gentle slope. This symbolic transformation can subtly shift your perspective, allowing you to approach the issue with renewed clarity and a sense of possibility when you awaken. It's like looking at a familiar painting from a slightly different angle, suddenly noticing new depths and details you hadn't perceived before. This dream-fueled creativity isn't limited to grand scientific breakthroughs. It applies to the quiet, everyday challenges of life too. Perhaps you're struggling with a conversation you need to have, or a new approach to a hobby, or even deciding on a simple choice. Your dreams can offer surprising perspectives, subtle cues, or a general feeling of direction, guiding you gently towards a path that feels instinctively right. As you continue to drift, held in this tranquil space, consider the gentle power of your own dreaming mind. It is not just resting, it is actively, gracefully working on your behalf, exploring, creating, and quietly solving the puzzles of your life. There's no need to strain or force these insights. Simply trust that as you surrender to the profound currents of sleep, your inner architect, your gentle inventor, is at play, weaving solutions into the very fabric of your dreams. Rest deeply in this knowing, carried by the quiet genius that blossoms in the fertile darkness of the night, floating deeper into the vast, luminous expanse of your dreaming mind. We now arrive at a particularly tender and profound chamber, the realm where dreams gently, yet powerfully, aid in the processing and healing of our emotions. This is a sacred space where the often turbulent waters of waking feelings can find their calm, where the burdens of the heart are subtly lightened, and where the self extends a gentle hand of compassion to its deepest wounds. Much like a quiet stream slowly eroding the sharp edges of a stone, leaving it smooth and serene, imagine your emotional life as a complex, ever-shifting landscape. During the day, sunlight might highlight certain peaks of joy or valleys of sorrow, often demanding immediate attention or reaction. But in the quietude of the dream state, the sun dips below the horizon, and the landscape is bathed in the soft, diffused light of the moon. Here, without the urgency of action, your mind can revisit these emotional terrains, not to relive them in their raw intensity, but to gently observe them, to understand their contours, and to integrate them into the larger narrative of your being. One of the most compassionate roles of dreams is in processing difficult emotions, particularly those that might feel overwhelming or unresolved during waking hours. Perhaps a moment of frustration, a lingering sadness, or a subtle fear from the day found no complete expression. In your dreams, these emotions can find a voice, often through metaphor and symbolism. A feeling of being trapped might manifest as a dream of a narrow corridor, or a sense of loss might appear as a gentle, melancholic rain. By externalizing these internal states, the dream provides a safe, detached environment for your mind to experience and, crucially, to regulate these feelings. Think of your emotions as a tangled ball of yarn. During the day, trying to untangle it might feel overwhelming, requiring intense concentration and effort. But in the dream state, it's as if a patient, unseen hand gently begins to loosen the knots, pulling at one strand, then another, without haste or judgment. The process isn't always linear, and some knots might take longer to loosen, but the work is consistently underway, aimed at bringing a greater sense of order and ease to your inner world. This subtle untangling is a profound act of emotional therapy, performed by your mind each night. Dreams can also act as a ventilator for stress and trauma, offering a safe space to re-experience and desensitize overwhelming events. While vivid, sometimes unsettling dreams can occur after traumatic experiences, they are often a sign that the brain is actively working to process and integrate the memory into a less threatening context. It's like a quiet, internal rehearsal, where the sharp edges of the experience are gradually softened, allowing the mind to assimilate what happened without being continually re-traumatized. This repeated, gentle exposure in a safe, dream-bound space helps to dilute the emotional charge of the memory, moving it from the raw, open wound of the present to a more contained space in the past. Consider the aftermath of a stormy sea. The waves might still crash against the shore for a time, even after the winds have died down, but gradually, patiently, the ocean finds its calm once more, its surface becoming smooth and reflective. Dreams, in this sense, are the gentle, persistent waves that, over time, smooth out the emotional turbulence, restoring a sense of tranquility to your inner waters. There's a profound, innate wisdom in this process, a silent recognition that emotional healing requires its own time and its own unique environment. Furthermore, dreams can provide a sense of emotional release and catharsis. Sometimes, a dream might feel incredibly vivid and emotionally charged, even if its narrative seems nonsensical upon waking. This intensity can serve as a vital outlet for pent-up feelings that might not have found an appropriate expression in waking life. It's like a deep, cleansing rain that washes away the accumulated dust and grime, leaving the air feeling fresh and clear. This release, though unconscious, contributes significantly to your emotional well-being, allowing you to wake with a renewed sense of lightness. The language of dreams, being symbolic and metaphorical, allows for a more profound and less threatening engagement with our emotions. Instead of directly confronting a raw feeling, the dream presents it in a veiled form, a puzzle to be gently pondered rather than an immediate threat to be faced. This indirect approach can be incredibly effective, allowing the deepest parts of your psyche to work through sensitive material without triggering the protective defenses that might arise in conscious thought. As you continue to drift, held securely in the gentle embrace of this nocturnal healing, feel the profound compassion of your own dreaming mind. It is tirelessly working on your behalf, tending to the delicate garden of your emotions, watering what needs to grow, and gently pruning what needs to be released. There's no judgment here, only a deep understanding and a silent, unwavering commitment to your holistic well-being. Rest deeply in this knowing, carried by the quiet, powerful currents of emotional healing that flow through the heart of your dreams. You are safe, you are held, and your inner world is finding its beautiful, natural balance. As your conscious awareness continues to drift through the deep, nourishing currents of your dream world, carried by the gentle embrace of the night, we arrive at a concept that transcends the purely personal, touching upon the profound interconnectedness of all existence. This is the subtle, often unspoken realm of collective dreams, or more accurately, the shared patterns and echoes that can sometimes resonate within our individual dreamscapes. It's a whisper of an idea that suggests we are all connected by invisible threads, woven into a larger tapestry of human experience. Much like countless individual raindrops eventually merge into a single vast ocean. Imagine your individual mind as a secluded, shimmering pond, reflecting the unique flora and fauna of your personal life. But beneath this surface, deep down, there's a subtle seepage, a connection to a vast underground aquifer, a shared reservoir of human experience, wisdom, and symbolic understanding. It's not that we literally share the same dreams, but rather that certain universal archetypes, common fears, ancient hopes, and recurring symbols can emerge in our nocturnal narratives, speaking to a deeper, collective aspect of our consciousness. This idea hints at archetypes, a concept explored by thinkers who suggested that certain fundamental patterns of thought, imagery, and behavior are inherent in the human mind, inherited from our ancestors. Think of them as ancient, weathered stones at the bottom of that shared aquifer, shaped by millennia of human experience. These archetypes might manifest in your dreams as recurring figures: a wise elder, a nurturing mother, a challenging hero, or as universal scenarios: a journey, a transformation, a confrontation with a shadow. They are echoes of stories told across countless generations, subtly informing the narratives of your own nightly wanderings. Consider the common dream of falling or flying. These aren't unique to any single individual. They are experiences that resonate with a fundamental aspect of human sensation and aspiration. The feeling of falling might tap into primal anxieties about control or surrender, while the exhilaration of flying could connect to our innate desire for freedom and transcendence. These universal dream motifs suggest a shared emotional language, a common ground where our individual dreamscapes occasionally overlap, like distant ripples on a vast, interconnected body of water. This is not to say that every dream holds a collective meaning, nor that our individual experiences are diminished. Rather, it's an invitation to ponder the subtle ways in which we are all part of something larger. Just as a single leaf is unique in its intricate venation, yet part of the grand forest, so too is your individual dream a unique expression, yet potentially touched by the broader currents of humanity's shared unconscious. The presence of these collective echoes in our dreams can be deeply comforting. It suggests that even in our most solitary moments of sleep, we are never truly alone. There's a silent, ancient wisdom that flows through all of us, a shared understanding of what it means to be human, to navigate joy and sorrow, fear and courage. It's like hearing a familiar melody from a distant shore, reminding you that others are also listening, sharing in the universal music of existence. Think of human myths and fairy tales from diverse cultures across the globe. Despite their varied settings and characters, they often tell remarkably similar stories, featuring similar journeys, obstacles, and transformations. This is precisely the kind of material that these collective threads might weave into our dreams, our sleeping minds, in their quest for meaning and processing. Sometimes tap into this vast wellspring of shared human narratives, drawing out symbols and themes that resonate with a primal, universal understanding. This perspective invites a gentle sense of wonder, a recognition of the intricate interconnectedness that lies beneath the surface of our individual lives. It's a reminder that even when we feel most separate, exploring the private landscapes of our dreams, there's a subtle, almost imperceptible current that links us to all who have dreamed before and all who will dream after. This profound sense of belonging can be deeply soothing, reassuring us that we are part of an immense, timeless fabric of consciousness. As you continue to drift deeper, allow this subtle idea to settle gently within your mind. Feel the vastness of human experience, the silent symphony of collective dreams that echoes through the ages. There's no need to grasp it fully, only to appreciate the quiet beauty of this profound connection. You are safe, held not only by your own inner wisdom, but also by the invisible threads that bind you to the collective spirit of humanity, drifting peacefully in the boundless ocean of shared consciousness. As our quiet journey through the wondrous landscape of dreams continues, gently approaching the final whispers of this exploration, we arrive at a particularly beautiful truth. Even with all the wisdom gathered, the dream world remains a profound and enduring mystery, a silent frontier that science is still only just beginning to truly understand. This is a space where the known blends seamlessly with the unknown, inviting a sense of humble awe and respectful curiosity, much like gazing at a vast, star-dusted night sky and knowing that beyond our vision, countless wonders still await discovery. Imagine the human mind as an intricate, ancient map. Scientists, with their keen instruments and patient observations, have meticulously charted many of its territories, the pathways of neurons, the regions of activity, the patterns of thought. Yet the realm of dreams often appears as a shimmering, mist-shrouded land, faintly outlined at the edges of the map, full of tantalizing clues but resisting definitive labels. This is not a failure of understanding, but rather a testament to the sheer depth and complexity of our inner lives. One of the most persistent and beautiful lingering questions is why we dream at all. We've explored some compelling theories: memory consolidation, emotional processing, problem solving, but no single explanation fully encompasses the vast, often bizarre, and deeply personal nature of dreams. Is it merely a byproduct of brain activity, like static on a radio? Or is it a purposeful, essential function, a silent language spoken by the deeper parts of our psyche? The answer, perhaps, is a delicate blend of both, a tapestry woven from intricate biological processes and profound psychological needs. Consider the theories as different lenses through which to view the dream phenomenon. One lens might focus on the activation synthesis hypothesis, suggesting that dreams are simply the brain trying to make sense of random neural firings during REM sleep, like a storyteller weaving a narrative from a collection of disparate, unrelated images. Another lens might focus on the threat simulation theory, proposing that dreams allow us to safely practice responses to dangerous situations, honing our survival instincts in a harmless virtual reality. Each lens offers a valuable perspective, yet none captures the entire, multifaceted beauty of the dream. Then there is the profound question of consciousness in dreams. How is it that we can experience such vivid, immersive realities when our physical bodies are completely at rest? What is the nature of this self that wanders through dreamscapes, interacting with characters and experiencing emotions? It is a fascinating paradox, simultaneously intensely personal and yet utterly detached from our waking identity. This suggests a fluidity to consciousness that extends far beyond the boundaries of our waking perception, hinting at depths we are only just beginning to plumb. Think of it like trying to understand the full spectrum of light by only observing the colors visible to the human eye. We see red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, but beyond these, there are infrared and ultraviolet wavelengths that exist but are invisible to us. Similarly, our waking consciousness perceives only a fraction of the full spectrum of our inner awareness, with dreams offering glimpses into the invisible wavelengths of our minds. The very meaning of dreams continues to be a subject of gentle contemplation. While some dreams clearly reflect daily anxieties or hopes, others seem to emerge from a deeper, more symbolic wellspring. Are they messages from our unconscious, attempting to communicate important truths that our waking minds might overlook? Or are they simply a creative expression of our inner world, a form of nocturnal poetry that speaks to us in a language of metaphor and intuition? Perhaps they are both, a rich dialogue between the rational and the intuitive, the conscious and the subconscious. This realm of lingering questions is not a place of uncertainty, but rather one of expansive possibility. It is a space that reminds us of the profound mystery inherent in our very existence, the endless wonders waiting to be unveiled. The beauty lies not in having all the answers, but in the gentle act of seeking, in the quiet contemplation of what lies beyond our current understanding. It invites us to remain open, curious, and humble in the face of such intricate beauty. As you continue to drift, held in this tranquil space, allow yourself to simply rest in the quiet beauty of these unanswered questions. There is no need to grasp at definitive answers, only to appreciate the vastness of the unknown, the fertile ground from which all new discoveries eventually emerge. Your dreams, in their gentle mystery, are a testament to the boundless depths of your own being, a continuous invitation to explore the exquisite frontiers of consciousness. Rest deeply in this knowing, carried by the subtle currents of wonder and profound peace, as you surrender to the beautiful, unfolding enigma that is your own sleeping mind. And so, our gentle voyage through the wondrous realms of sleep and dreams approaches its soft conclusion, like a tiny boat. Having explored vast, shimmering lakes and quiet, hidden coves, now feels the gentle current, guiding it back to the profound tranquility of open water. We've journeyed from the familiar twilight of day's end, through the ancient rhythms of deep rest, and into the vibrant, mysterious heart of the dream world, discovering the silent architects and gentle healers of our nocturnal minds. Now, as the first faint hint of the deepest dream's dawn begins to grace the horizon of your consciousness, it's time to surrender fully to the embrace of true slumber. Remember the sensation of that quiet river, flowing effortlessly, carrying you away from the busy shores of wakefulness. Each concept we've explored, From the rhythmic dance of brainwaves to the symbolic language of dreams, has been but a stepping stone, gently inviting you to release your grip on the known and embrace the boundless possibilities of the unknown. There's no longer any need to hold on to details, no need to analyze or understand. Simply allow these ideas to dissolve into the soft, comforting fabric of your awareness. Like mist dissolving into the vast, clear morning air, they have served their purpose, guiding you to this place of profound peace. Feel, once more, the deep, pervasive sense of safety that surrounds you. Your body is heavy, yet light, cradled by the soft surface beneath you, held securely by the earth's ancient, unchanging embrace. Your breath continues its gentle, rhythmic flow, a steady, unwavering pulse that assures you of your well-being. And your mind, which has journeyed so far and explored so much, now finds its true resting place, settling into a profound calm, like a bird returning to its nest at the close of a long, beautiful day. The dream world, with all its intricate tapestry of memory, emotion, and creativity, awaits you. It is a space of pure potential, a canvas upon which your subconscious continues its gentle work, weaving narratives that are uniquely yours, yet resonate with the universal human experience. You are both the silent observer and the magnificent creator within this realm, effortlessly constructing worlds, processing feelings, and perhaps even finding quiet solutions to the gentle puzzles of your life. There is no urgency to wake, no need to hurry through this profound period of restoration. As you drift now, allow any remaining thoughts to simply become like distant stars, twinkling faintly for a moment, then gradually fading into the vast, encompassing darkness. Don't chase them. Don't hold them. Just let them go, like dandelion seeds carried away by a soft, warm breeze. Each thought that releases its hold allows you to sink a little deeper, to surrender a little more completely to the profound, healing currents of sleep. The purpose of this journey was not to keep you awake with fascinating facts, but to guide your mind gently, beautifully, to the very precipice of slumber. If you learned something along the way, consider it a quiet bonus, a fleeting gift from the world of science delivered on the breath of a lullaby. But the ultimate success lies in the profound peace you now feel, the readiness to surrender to the deep, restorative oblivion that awaits. Imagine yourself now as a single, solitary cloud, floating effortlessly across an endless, sapphire sky. There are no edges, no boundaries, only the boundless freedom of movement. The air beneath you is soft and supportive, carrying you without effort or intention. The sun has dipped below the horizon and the stars are beginning to emerge, not as pinpricks of light, but as soft, diffuse glows, blending into the quiet luminescence of the night. This is the sensation of truly letting go, of dissolving into the vast, welcoming arms of sleep. Feel the profound sense of trust that now envelops you. Trust in your body's innate wisdom to rejuvenate itself. Trust in your mind's gentle capacity to sort, to heal, and to create, even in silence. Trust in the natural rhythms of night and day, of wakefulness and rest, knowing that each serves a sacred purpose in the grand, unfolding story of life. This trust is like a soft, warm blanket, drawing tightly around you, offering a profound sense of security. So, dear Voyager, your conscious journey with the sleepy scientist has now reached its beautiful end. The path ahead is one of pure, unadulterated rest, a seamless transition into the deepest, most nourishing phases of sleep. There is nothing left to do, nowhere else to go. Simply allow yourself to be carried by the gentle, unwavering current, deeper and deeper, into the heart of profound slumber. Let the final whispers of my voice dissolve into the silence, like ripples expanding on a still pond, eventually vanishing completely. You are safe. You are held. You are drifting. Welcome to the deepest dream's dawn.